Hello, good morning, how are you? My name is April. I am with Grab Your Glam. I am a makeup artist with Maskcara Beauty here from Indiana, and I'm just going to show you a super basic makeup look. This is going to be foundation only. We call it highlight in Maskcara Beauty. So no contour. We'll do a little bit of lip and cheek and a little bit of brightening, and that's all we're gonna do. So this is gonna be a super simple look for gals that just want the basics and aren't comfortable with contouring. All right, so this is my personal Maskcara Beauty Compact. All of my colors fit in here and they're magnetic. It's absolutely fantastic. All of Maskcara Beauty's makeup is cream based except for some of our highlighters and our eyeshadows. Those are still powder. But cream-based makeup is fantastic because it doesn't have liquid in it to evaporate the water and the moisture in your skin. It actually helps protect your skin from losing that moisture and becoming too dry, and then the vicious cycle of, because your skin's so dry, then it produces more oil, and then you tend to have an oil problem and all that stuff. Cream makeup helps balance all of that out. It doesn't settle into fine lines and wrinkles, so it doesn't make you look older. It actually makes you look younger, which is 100% a bonus for me. And it moves with your face. It never truly sets like a liquid makeup does, so it doesn't dry. And so it moves with your face, making a much more natural, beautiful look for you. So I'm gonna jump in and get started. As you can notice, I've got a lot of redness going on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna neutralize that redness with just the smallest amount of this highlight right here, which is called June. And if you'll notice, it is a green-based highlight, and we all know green cancels out red. So I am taking the small end of this blush and bronzer brush, and I am just very lightly applying it to my red areas. This is going to help me become one color, but in a very natural, beautiful way, rather than one color and then leaving it at that, which is what traditional makeup wants you to do. And that is why so many times makeup looks heavy and mask-like and just fake, because we're not one color. Okay, so again, I'm just applying a little bit of June highlight, which is a green-based highlight, to my redness areas to bring my face to one color. Okay. All right, now this is mango, and you can definitely tell it's much more orange based, but I'm using it right here in my mask area and right here on my cheeks. And the reason I do that is on my cheeks, June is just a little bit too light for me. So right here where I have my most amount of texture, I want to put a darker color, because if you get a highlight that's too light for you, that texture that you have on your skin is going to shine bright. Girls, we don't want that. So if you add a little bit of a darker, and mango does a great job of getting rid of redness as well, especially if you have a little bit of a darker skin tone, then it helps with not having texture. And then here in my mask area, for whatever reason, even though it's super red, it pulls green really easily. So if I were to put June in there, this whole area would have a greenish tint, and obviously we don't want that. So, and then anywhere else your skin might pull green, like mine always does right here on the temples, you can add a little bit of that mango. Okay, so now that we've got our face pretty much one color, I am going to take my all over highlight colors, which in this instance is a mixture of June and mango. So what I do is I just dip a little bit of June and a little bit of mango, and I'm going to place this all over And that gives me my perfect all over color. And again, I'm not using a bunch of product. I'm very lightly dipping in and very lightly going over. If you've never used cream makeup before and you decide to try it, 1, you're gonna love it, but 2, you do need so much less of cream makeup than you would liquid makeup. And that's because there is no water in cream makeup to water the pigments down. So these are much more pigmented than a liquid makeup, which means you don't use nearly as much. I am going to run this down my neck just to make sure everything is blended nicely, and also a little bit on my chest. Okay, so there is my all over color. I'm not done yet, obviously. Normally, at this point, I would put on my contour, but we are skipping contour today because we're making this a super easy, natural look. So I'm gonna go straight into my lip and cheek, which today I'm using the color Nude. Actually, I'm gonna switch and use Plum. Plum, you can see they're very similar in color, but Plum has a lot more purple base to it. All right, so this is a little more difficult to do with no contour on, because I usually use that as my guide, but if you kind of smile a little bit and go back just a tad, that's basically where you want to have it. Now, lip and cheek and contour both kind of depend on your face shape. So my face shape is heart. You can see that I've got a widow's peak, I'm wider here at the forehead, and then I come down kind of to a point down here. That is a heart-shaped face. If I had more of a round face, then I would want to go more at a straight horizontal line with both of my contour and lip and cheek. So, and you know, there are different processes for different face shapes. So if you're interested in seeing that, just let me know and I can show that to you. Now, I don't like a really visible line between my lip and cheek. So I always come in with my all over face colors and I just soften that line to make it look more natural. Okay. Then we have this back and forth of, wait, did I soften it too much? Where'd my blush go? All right, so the last thing I'm gonna do, which I suggest everyone does because it just makes such a huge difference, is brightening. So my brightening highlight is White Peach, and I am taking the small end of this Best Blend Forever, which is what I just put my lip and cheek on with, and I am going to brighten. I can't brighten everywhere because I need to contour in just a bit for a tutorial that I'm doing, but also because we're not doing contour. So you want to keep the center triangle of your face light. So what that would mean is, let me put this brush down, right here in a triangle shape is where you want to be light, okay? That makes your face nice and bright and open. So to accomplish that, we're brightening here, here, and here, and then I'm going to brighten under my eyes, and then I love to pop just a tiny bit of brightener right under where my contour goes. It just makes that just amazing looking. And then I typically contour my nose and then put a swipe of the brightener down the center, like that. So if you don't want to contour, but you still want to kind of minimize your nose, make it look straight, whatever you want to do with it, you can still just pop a little bit of that brightener under there and it will have a similar effect. It won't be quite as strong as if you contour, but it will brighten that just a little bit. And then I'm gonna take and brighten under here. Now, when you are doing under eye brightener, you do not want a lot of product in that area, and you want to extend lower than your bag, and that will help kind of hide that bag area. If you just did the bag, it would make it much more noticeable rather than making it less noticeable. So you can see a huge difference just by putting a little bit of brightening on there. And I do bring my brightener up since I am a little bit older. My face has already started losing some of its shape and kind of moving south. So anytime I can bring up, especially on things like brightener, that will just help the illusion that your face isn't falling as much. All right, we're gonna soften this down the nose before we start blending. All right, so this is my face, just a quick 5-minute face with no contour. And then I am going to use my perfector sponge to blend any lines and to pick up any excess product. And it's super important that you do that. One, so you look just seamless and flawless, but two, you don't want a lot of extra product hanging around because then you'll look cakey and it'll feel sticky and it's just not fun. So make sure that you are using a good quality perfector sponge. I absolutely love ours. It's honestly better than any of the other ones I've ever tried. I'm not sure why or what they've done to it to make it work so well, but it does. So there we go. In less than 10 minutes of actual working, I went from a very dull, multicolor face to this beautiful, fresh face, ready to do my brows and eyes. And I can walk out of the house for the day, put a little mascara on. I wouldn't even technically have to do eyeshadow if I didn't want to, but clean up those brows, slap some mascara and some lip gloss on, and you're good for the day. The other thing that I do love to do is to bronze. So this right here is our bronzer. It's called Bella, and I'm taking now the large end of my B² brush, and I'm coming right here at the hairline. I do not typically, I know a lot of gals contour up here. I don't contour up here because I like to bronze up here. And I don't feel like I have an unnaturally large forehead, so I don't need the contour to kind of bring that down. But if you do feel like you want to minimize the size of your forehead, that's a great way to do it, is to contour up there by your hairline. So I am just putting this Bella bronzer on. I'm going very light with it. I don't need it to look like I just got back from the Bahamas. I just want to add some warmth to my face. And I am bringing it down on my neck and chest, just so we look seamless. Again, don't want to use a ton. And there we go. There is our super easy, basic, what we call hack. Technically it's not a hack because I didn't contour, but it's just a super easy, fresh-faced, beautiful look that you can do in 5 to 7 minutes and be out the door. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Again, I am April with Grab Your Glam. Please feel free to look me up on Instagram and Facebook and follow those pages for more tutorials and some great information. Thanks so much. Bye.